What is industry? Industry refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. Industry is classified into four main categories, which are primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Primary industry involved in the extraction and collection of natural resources such as copper and timber, as well as by activities such as farming and fishing. A company in a primary industry can also be involved in turning natural resources into products. The industrial sector of an economy that is dominated by the manufacture of finished products. Unlike a primary industry, which collects and produces raw materials for manufactures, a secondary industry makes products that are more likely to be consumed by individuals. Examples of secondary industry divisions include automobile manufacturing, steel production, and telecommunications. The tertiary industry is the segment of the economy that provides services to its consumers. This includes a wide range of businesses such as financial institutions, schools, restaurants, and retailing. The tertiary industry is split into two main categories. The first is made up of companies in the business of making money, such as those in the financial industry. The second comprises of the non-profit segment, which includes services such as state education. The tertiary industry sector, which makes up the vast majority of employment opportunities, is solely focused on providing services. Quaternary industry is also part of service industry. Its services include the use of modern technology in research and development to train and provide information to other industries. All the industries are linked in one way or another to form one life cycle. I give you an example. The raw material cotton is extracted by primary industry. The cotton may then be turned into an item of clothing in the secondary industry. Tertiary industry may advertise the goods in magazines, and the quaternary industry may involve in the product being advertised or research so that the item of clothing meets the standards that it claims to. Let's hear from the industrial people their opinion on the relationship between the industry and economy.
When you look into the economy at large, it is how this industry in actual fact are able to contribute to the overall economy. For example, you talk about the GDP contribution coming in from the manufacturing sector. You talk about the GDP contribution from the services sector to the economy, and you look into the construction contribution and others. So how this whole entire different industry subsector contribute to the overall economy. So you cannot actually separate industrial contribution from what they have been able to play its part in terms of the economy. All these things will be able to create what you call an ecosystem. And to be able to create an overall ecosystem, what we always refer to as creating a conducive ecosystem. And this can only come into being through the various policies of the government. For example, the government will introduce reduction in corporate tax. Why does this reduction in corporate tax create a conducive ecosystem? Because through reduction of corporate tax, you'll be able to see how companies are able to compete with not just in Malaysia, but also with its SMEs in Singapore, in Indonesia, in Thailand. If you look at industry and how industry play its part in contributing to the economy, and how this economy will be able to thrive and to grow through a conducive ecosystem through the various policies of the government. So you cannot separate the role of the industry to the economy and to the ecosystem.
Even though all industries are linked to one another, there are still limitations that may affect the growth of industry life cycle. What are the factors cause these limitations?
Product limitation, life cycle, product life cycle has a certain number of years. The industry itself also can be termed as has a limitation in terms of life cycle. The progress of the industry may also depend on other factors that are unique to the ecosystem of that particular industry. To ensure sustainability of industry, industries, companies need to keep pace with the changes or challenges that are happening in the marketplace. More innovative ways of creating new products and improving their products and also in the services. Many multinationals that invested or spend a lot of money in research and development to improve their products, to create more features, will have a longer sustainable presence in the market. So based on these facts, government encourages the culture of innovation. But to do that, industries, companies, employer must be committed to research and development.
The history of economic development of advanced countries shows that there is a close relation between the level of industrial development and the level of national and per capita income. Industry is viewed as leading sector to economic development. We can have economies of scale by applying advanced technology and division of labor and scientific management. So production and employment will increase rapidly, and this will bring economic growth and capital formation.